Hi, welcome back to Rebecca's Travels. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the two space centres that I've been to. So let's jump right into it. Now, the first space centre I went to when I was about 10 years old, and it was the Kennedy Space Centre in Florida. It was absolutely massive. It's again a fantastic, amazing place to travel and visit, especially if you're into space, etc. Again, a really interesting museum, and there was like really interesting documentaries, and getting to see some of the spaceships that travelled into space, like etc. And again, I would definitely say it was definitely a full day where you can go and visit. Again, there's lots of things to see and do. There's a cafe there as well, and like eating places. Yes, you can have a tour guide as well there. So, and yes, it's utterly amazing. Again, if it does rain though, a lot of it is indoors, so if you wanted to get out of the sun, then it is also a very good place to do that, because Florida, especially during the summer season, during June, July, August, it can get very hot, with it being a southern state of America and humid, but even if you went, say, out of season, or on, say, a rainy day, then you have got plenty to do inside the space station. And again, it's a family place, so there's plenty for adults and children of all different ages. People all different ages can go and see it. Again, it's just a very interesting place to go and visit. Another place, space centre where I've been to, was when I was 19. I went to the National Space Centre in Leicester, and again, that is also a fantastic place, and again, a great day out you can have there as well. The difference between the two, though, one of the differences is the National Space Centre is an unusual shape, and it really lights up at night, and it's beautiful to see at night because it just lights up. It's basically lit up basically as the colour purple, and yes, both space centres open throughout the day. Again, you can basically go and have a full day's visit to both of the space centres, definitely. Again, the National Space Centre at Leicester is a very unusual shape. However, the Kennedy Space Centre in Florida is much larger, and yes, both again, both places you can see what it's like to be an astronaut, and both places you can get a tour guide. There's also a cafe there as well, and again, children of all ages are welcome, and adults to both places. Again, the Leicester Space Centre again is mainly inside, as well as the Kennedy Space Centre. Obviously it's a lot smaller than the Kennedy Space Centre, but both space centres you can definitely get a full day's worth of a visit. Really, so it's again, the Kennedy Space Centre, obviously with it being larger, it's best if you're not pushed for time visiting that place. Again, we had a room only status when we was in America, so we wasn't pushed for time getting back for instance hotels, dinners, for etc., which usually range from say 6 to 8 o'clock, for instance, but that's when I've had meals in hotels, but we was room only in America, or if you bed and breakfast or on a self-catering basis where you're not pushed for time, then it would be, or if you're saying travelling from home for a day and you just want to order a takeaway for dinner at night, etc., then fair be it. But again, if you're a person that's kind of pushed for time, that you have to set off about 4 or 5 o'clock, then you may not get everything done. For instance, with the Kennedy Space Centre, you may need to stay until probably 6 o'clock to get everything done, because there's probably even more now than what with the Kennedy Space Centre than when I was there in 1992, for instance. So yes, and you would probably have to also, because we had to get up very early and have a very early breakfast to get there for what, about 10 o'clock. I could imagine, well, 9-10 o'clock when it virtually opens, because we had a long drive from Orlando to the Kennedy Space Centre and back, so we ended up having a very late dinner at night. Another thing is with the Kennedy Space Centre, yes, you can have a full day there, and I think it usually opens about, well, it was open about 10 o'clock, but again, you could come away from it around 4 or 5 o'clock. that place really, because obviously it's not anywhere near as large, so you could probably come away about 4 o'clock. They might do nighttime events where you could probably stay later, but it really is probably better to go onto the National Space Centre's website if you're thinking of going for a day out there, or if you're on holiday in Leicestershire or near Leicestershire and thinking of travelling there for a day, then again you're best to look on the National Space Centre's website, and it'll give you more information, and again they may do discounts there, as well as the American Kennedy Space Centre will also do discounts for like schools and group bookings and other group bookings, again may do discounts, so I would definitely look out for that. Or both places also do concessions for children and say babies, for instance, or students at college or university, or still at school, and both places also, if you're a pensioner, do concessions as well for those. So again, both places I would say are very interesting and good to explore. Obviously if you're in the UK and can't get to America, then obviously you can visit the Leicester Space Centre, and if you're obviously in America but can't get to say the UK, or on holiday in America, Florida, then again I would definitely, especially if you're into space, well worth checking it out, definitely. So again, both places I would say are a good and interesting day out. Obviously the American Kennedy Space Centre is on a lot larger scale, but again both places are really interesting, and you can pay for tour guides to take you round, or you could just go round at your leisure. But if you want even more information about the space centres, then either go onto the Kennedy Space Centre website if you're in Orlando or travelling to Orlando, Florida, or if you're in the region of Leicestershire, UK, then the National Space Centre. So go on to the National Space Centre's website. But thank you for watching. Bye for now. Tomorrow I'm going to be uploading the hottest places that I've ever been to, so please stay tuned for that. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, and I love all you viewers and subscribers, and bye for now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.